Well, let's take this time to read about the barnacle. Because, well, there's one right there. They were only able to coerce it into the, they were only able to coerce it into latching onto organic surfaces. Black Mesa scientist. The barnacle is a stationary ceiling-dwelling alien, notable for its unique method of catching prey using its sticky, quote, tongue. Overview. Physically, barnacles resemble little more than a large mouth of sharp teeth and a thin, long, muscular, strong, string-like appendage that secretes a very strong natural adhesive that has the capability of bonding to masses such as adult humans with ease. This appendage combines the functions of a tongue and tentacle, which can be retracted or extended to hang at near floor levels, regardless of the animal's height from the floor. Barnacles are only aided with somatose sensors, can only sense touch, but are not capable of registering audio or visual occurrences. The limited sensory capabilities of the barnacle results in, occasionally, the incorrect registration of inorganic objects as prey, such as an event of fruitlessness. In such an event of fruitlessness, they dispose of the catch by releasing it, showing they can dissolve their own adhesives if need be. The creatures attach themselves to ceilings or the undersides of overhangs from which they lower their sticky tongues. Although barnacles can be found in a wide array of environments, they seem to prefer damp areas. Curiously, while many barnacles can be found infesting the Black Mesa Research Facility, few are encountered on Zen. Barnacles are relatively weak. 5 shots from a 9mm pistol will kill them. They are most easily dispatched from a distance, although players who become ensnared are usually able to kill them before being consumed. The barnacles are weak against the crowbar, which in both games kills them in a single hit. Except in Half-Life Day 1, which require 4 hits and is fatal for the player. In any game, attacking a barnacle which is high up with a crowbar is generally a bad idea, as you will take fall damage as well as barnacles attack. In Half-Life, method not tested in other games, an undetonated hand grenade will kill a barnacle instantly. Yeah, who's going to waste a hand grenade on a barnacle? When killed, barnacles typically disgorge bones and other remains recently consumed victims. An opposing force, a scientist refers to removing a barnacle from its point of gestation. This suggests that the barnacle will naturally spend its entire life attached to the spot where it was born. However, it is unknown exactly how barnacles reproduce or how offspring spread to different environments to attach to ceilings. Real barnacles use mobile larval stages and ocean currents to disperse, but no equivalent life history stage has been observed for half-life barnacles. As a side note, the scientist's use of the term gestation may be incorrect, depending on how barnacles reproduce and disperse. However, it is known that they are attached very firmly and permanently, as evidenced by their continued attachment after death. In Half-Life 2 and its episodes, the barnacle has a second mouth that it uses to eat. When killed, the mouth hangs out from its body, whereas the original barnacle had a small inner teeth inside its thick lips. Behavior and skills. Barnacles are relatively simple creatures. They do not appear to possess any degree of intelligence. Instead of actively hunting prey, they feed by reacting to external stimulus in the form of animals which come into contact with the barnacle's tongue. Although the creatures do not demonstrate any intelligence in hunting, they possess an uncanny ability to attach themselves to ceilings overlooking thoroughfares and frequented by potential prey, although some seem to hide in corners far away from routes used by prey. The logical explanation for this: barnacles and less adequate positions dry out while luckier creatures flourish. Similar to real barnacles, they typically occur in groups or colonies. They are found throughout the entire Half-Life series, and the player often encounters small areas populated with large numbers of barnacles, which do not seem to be in competition with each other. Trapping and feeding abilities. When an object, living or otherwise, comes into contact with the tongue, somehow latches onto the object. The exact mechanisms behind the tongue is unknown. Barnacle then retracts its tongue, drawing the object towards its mouth. Upon reaching its mouth, the object is quickly evaluated by the barnacle. Objects considered edible by the barnacle are crushed and consumed, and edible objects are released. Barnacles appear to be capable of killing and digesting a human being with only a few seconds, literally swallowing it, or stripping the skeleton of flesh and spitting out the indigestible bones. As the barnacles are never seen moving, it can be assumed that the food requirements are relatively low, and they can survive for extended periods without food, perhaps explaining their sedentary lifestyle. In the original Half-Life, humans became immobilized when caught by barnacles, although they struggle when wrapped in the creature's tongues. Captured humans appear to be incapable of fighting against the barnacle when they reach the mouth, even though they are clearly still alive. It is possible to save NPCs from barnacles by killing it before he or she is consumed. The NPC will simply drop unharmed. Half-Life 2, barnacles take a few moments to differentiate between edible and inedible material. Consequently, objects such as tires, barrels, or pieces of wood can be used to distract the barnacle and allow the player to easily slip past. In similar fashion, by setting in a light explosive barrel at the right moment, the player can kill a barnacle attempting to eat it, or even several closely placed barnacles. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. God, it keeps going and going. It also seems barnacle tries to wrap its tongue around the target tight enough to break bones and kill it. This is based on observation that birds as well as reconnaissance or combine troops die before they even reach the main body, merely by virtue of being caught. Turning on closed captions, then being captured by the barnacle reveals a sound file called Barnacle Neckbreak. Also in Half-Life 2 concept art, a barnacle tongue is seen wrapped around Gordon's neck, trying to strangle him. Gordon Freeman is unaffected by the tongue's crushing attempts, probably due to his HEV suit's neck covering extension. An alternate explanation might be that the tongue incapacitates the barnacle's prey by means of some paralyzing neurotoxin. Behind the scenes, according to Gabe Newell, the barnacle was created through gameplay as well. The barnacle was created through gameplay as a way to constrict movement in dark areas of the Black Mesa Research Facility, suggesting its creation was quite recent in the game's development. The Coast chapters of Half-Life 2 were originally to feature a barnacle variation, the Sand Barnacle. It appears that barnacles originally had the ability to strike targets in Half-Life. Trivia. It's possible to get an achievement called Barnacle Bowling by killing a large group of them by exploding barrels. It's kind of dumb trivia. The top of the barnacle can be seen in Barnacle Weapon World Model from Opposing Force. In real life, the barnacle is an arthropod related to crabs and lobsters. It's possible the barnacle was inspired by similar creatures in Space Quest 3, native to a small blah blah blah. In Gary's mod, it's possible for the barnacle to eat antlions or antlion guards. Also, if placed on a thin platform, the Gmod, the prey it catches will simply just phase through the ceiling. blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry about that. That was a lot of